Warneet is a real gem, a bit of a hidden hideaway for being so close to the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. Warneet is right at the top of Western Port, which means it's only a couple of kilometres from one of the best garfish fisheries in the state at Crawfish Rock.
Wow, how amazing is this place, Bill?
Well, you're talking about fishing in people's backyard. This is Al's backyard, mate. We've come to fish in there.
Well, where's Al?
Al's here.
How you going?
Good, Al. How are you?
Good.
Hey, Al. Nice to see you again.
A mate of mine told me that some of the biggest garfish that you can catch in southern Australia are right here at Warneet.
Yeah, we had them up to 70 centimetres last year.
Okay.
The biggest gars I've ever seen.
And all the tackle you'll need is simply floats, along with some stoppers, spout shot, a long shank hook, and of course, the best bait is silverfish. We are, Michelle, Crawfish Rock at the top of Western Port, and that's supposed to be the honey hole for garfish, commonly called southern gar or short-nosed garfish.
My daughter Frankie calls them the mini marlins.
Yeah, mate, grab a rod.
Thank you.
Now, fishing for garfish, normally you put split shot on here to weight your float, so it'll either sit high in the water or low down, and that's what you watch. But because it's so shallow, probably only going to need a couple of split shot. Just try that in the water down there, see if it...
Now.
So it's still sitting a bit high in the water, but that'll be okay. Chuck a little bit of a silverfish on there, so there you are, Michelle, and just put... So you don't put a whole silverfish on, just put a little piece. And traditionally you used to use bread dough for garfish when I was a young kid living at Brighton, but nowadays David tells me it's all silverfish. Lovely. Floats up there nice and high and vertical, and all I've got to do now is wait. Crawfish Rock is a rocky island with plenty of surrounding reef, and the weedy flats around the island abound with all sorts of fish. There we go. Well, that was your...
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, no.
What is that?
I think it might be...
No.
A mullet.
Wow. Oh, well.
Nice big sea mullet.
It's not the target species, Bill, but what a fantastic catch. Would you like the net, or you're right to pull it up?
Should be right. Ooh.
That's a nice mullet.
That's a good sized mullet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine if we got a garfish that big.
I know.
Hey? Lovely.
Wow.
And it just goes to show you what you're going to get with a well-presented float.
And fishing shallows.
Yep.
Yes.
The rig you need for garfish is pretty simple. In this case, it's a saltwater waggler, and to balance it, you just pass your leader through the little guide at the top of the float, and then thread the line through the silicone collars, and then just pin your line to the bottom of the float, and you can simply adjust the depth by just pulling up and down on the leader. Then just balance the float. So if you don't put any weight below, your float's going to sit like this on the water. So you balance it with split shot, so your float will sit vertically in the water, and then when you get a bite, you'll see it go under the water. And then finish it off with a gar hook, in this case a size 10 long shank, and a bit of silverfish. Easy, that's all you need. That's better.
In the hotspot, Bill.
Oh.
Is it the target species this time, Bill?
No. It's more mullet. More mullet. That's not bad, Michelle.
Well, it's a bit of fun. People would use these for a nice bait for a gummy, I
That's
suspect.
exactly right, yeah. And if you're fishing with kids, they would love it.
Absolutely.
Which is why I'm enjoying myself.
We'll let this one swim away. Where are those garfish?
Here we go, mate. Took a while. Obviously,
Once they come on, don't they?
once they come on, they're on. Yeah, we just had to wait for the right tide.
Wow, look how big these ones are.
Yeah, this is the home of the big garfish.
Oh, I'm on as well. Bill,
Little mini marlin.
this one's not swimming.
You're right. That is exactly what we wanted.
There we go. Schooling garfish.
Beautiful.
Well,
You like that? The job now is to get a feed of them, and then you can go and show me exactly how you're
these
going
are
to cook them.
fantastic.
Aren't they good?
Yes.
Eh? Good solid size. Yours is even bigger
Chunky.
across there. Yeah, how chunky is it across there?
a few nice fillets off that one.
Yep.
Can't
Awesome.
wait.
It's taken a while, Michelle, but they've finally come on. There we go.
On again.
Yep. So are you.
Double hook up. Oh no.
Got off?
Yes, mine got off.
And these are really good sized gars too. Oh! And great for kids like me. I'll get him in the bag. Great thing about this sort of fishing, Michelle, is it's very visual, it's very exciting, and to be honest, you know, anyone who hasn't fished before is going to love this sort of fishing.
Oh, absolutely. Just to see that float go down.
Yep.
Fish bubbling up. There's nothing better.
And another one out there. Here we go.
Few acrobatics.
Yeah, mini marlin.
Oh, that one's a stonker.
It is, isn't it? What?
Wow.
Have a look at this guy. You talk about marlin, and that would be easily the biggest garfish that I've ever caught. Oh. Look at that. Oh, that is a big garfish. Oh. Oh, look at that, Michelle. How long do you think that is?
Oh,
It's 45?
40, yeah, 45.
That's an absolute ripper. They've got translucent flesh. They're actually very, very bony, and their flesh is actually quite distinctive, but very, very tasty. And of course, the whole trick to looking after garfish is keep them on ice, keep them fresh, and don't freeze them, I reckon. That's amazing how we've fished right through, almost through half a tide before we got them on the go.
Yes, but we
I was
did have
starting
the
to get a bit
information
worried.
that they were going to come on either side of those tides, so it pays to be here in any condition.
How do you, with your daughter, you were saying to me before she catches more garfish than you do. She's quite relaxed about using a float.
She is, and it is an easy technique for kids to use, and it's active as well. It's active fishing. You see that float, and when that school comes through,
Yep.
you're getting lots of fish. So for
Yep.
kids, they're needing to be entertained. So they're a perfect species, like the whiting, to target with kids. Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes.
Okay, fish on.
We're getting a bait smorgasbord.
We are.
Oh, silly salmon.
Oh, there you go, Michelle. Salmon, another one in the mix. So we got some mullet to start off with, and then we got some great garfish, and now we've got a little baby salmon.
Another one for the bait collection.
Another one, possibly for the bait collection. Yeah,
The marks.
but we're going to let him go. Okay, Michelle, we've finally got the job done. We've got a great feed of garfish. We had to work through a few mullet and a few other species first. Had to wait for that tide to get going, but once the running tide got going, it was just beautiful.
Yeah, it was a ripper session of fishing. I mean, you can't complain when you're getting garfish that are this size. I've never seen a garfish this big, to be honest. So we're pretty lucky to have scored this, but we also had a bit of fun fishing action with those trevally and the salmon coming through, so you can't complain.
Absolutely, and I reckon it's time to get going and back to the ramp. Let's get them in, keep them on the ice, and we'll go and cook them and just see how good they are to eat.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to taste fantastic. I can't wait.